This is Ash Black, and today I'm gonna show you a little build I'm putting together for a customer. And he's wanting to try to stay to under 450. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Okay, so this is the build. I tried to keep it as low as possible. He wants to be able to game, but spend a small amount of coin. So what I did was I started off with a basic TV deburner. SATA. It's a OEM model, which basically means that someone else, some other company, made this for Lite-On, and then Lite-On said, okay, we'll put our name on it. That way we can get a little more, buck out of it. But since we're not making it, we can sell it for cheaper. So that's what they did. So we have the Lite-On DVD burner, and it is $17.99, which is not bad. And bring up our calculator here. Go ahead and put that in the corner here over privacy, because who needs privacy and security, right? Alright, next we have a computer case as a mid-tower. It was the cheapest I could find with a power supply over 400 watts. I need a power supply over 400 watts, so I can run dual graphics on it. So it's just a basic black steel case, as you can see here. It's $28, not much shipping on it. It's got okay reviews. As you can see, this is from Newegg, and let's see here, we'll go next. It's just pretty basic case, nothing too spectacular about it. But what drew me to it was the built-in PSU, the power supply, and it's very cheap to include a power supply in it. So basically right here is where the motherboard is gonna go, right here. Once the motherboard goes there, we're gonna put a graphics card right here. I'll do one of these slides in the back. I'll show you where they detach. Now right here in the back, you have to take these slots out. And the motherboard's gonna go right here. This is your basic layout. You have your audio, your mic, and you have your VGA, your LAN, your peripheral connections such as the mouse and keyboard. So that's enough of that. Let's go over back to the card, take a look at it. Okay, next, since this is cheap, I only ended up getting 4 gigabytes of SD-RAM. It's 1600 megahertz, but I'm thinking about adding 2 more gigabytes. I can do it for a reasonable price. But as of right now, this is gonna be the RAM right here. Now it's value select. It's just made by Corsair, so it's not OEM, so they made it, and it's basic standard RAM. But the reason I'm paying that much for standard RAM is because it's not the standard 33 to 1300 megahertz. It's 1600 megahertz, which is very, very crucial for what I'm doing. Well, I'll tell you about that later here. Let's go back up. this. This is the brains of the build right here. This is a AMD Trinity A10 5800K. It is a 3.8 gigahertz and it's got a turbo on it of 4.2 gigahertz. It's an FM2 socket, which goes great with this board. It only takes up 100 watts, and it's got built-in graphics inside the CPU. So it's actually a combination of a CPU plus a GPU, all in one chip, all in one CPU. The board is just a standard Hudson CPU, excuse me, motherboard. What I like about it though is that it's small form factor, and if I need to, I can always put another graphics card right here, which is actually what I'm planning to do. So this will go right into that case, as you can see. The CPU will go right here, or in this case the APU. The RAM, the sticks of RAM, I go right there. And this is where I'm going to put the other graphics card to crossfire them. So the graphics card on the APU, which goes right here, will be working in conjunction with the graphics card that goes right here. And the graphics card that goes right here is actually a Radeon HD 6670, because that's the chipset on the APU, and it'll pair with it. You can't pair something that's not in the same, doesn't have the same chipset. No, just a basic SATA connectors. My throat's dry, let me get some coffee. That'll help. God made two things that I love the most, and that's love for humankind and coffee. And coffee has got to be number one. So, let's get back into it. We have a PCI slot. You can put anything that it allows in here. You can put like a sound card right there if you want to have. I mean, I use the sound on the board. I don't have a problem with using just basic sound, because I mean it does its job. But some people want a special sound card. It's got basic VGA connection, a DVI connection, and this is your PCI Express slot where the HD 6670 goes. As you can see up here in the memory slots, they're dual channel, and they support 1866, 1600, 1333, and all the way down. But the reason I got 1600 was because the 1833 for 4 gigabytes of that was going to be like, I think close to $60. So definitely could not use that in the build. This right here, this is a 4-pin CPU power connector, which I don't know if you saw because it was very small, but the PSU, the power supply, actually has a little connector that clips right here and right here. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, all that will fit together for $231 plus $12 shipping. However, let's do a little calculating here. However, I have to buy Windows 7 for this build because he doesn't have my customer, he doesn't have a CD laying around. And if you've ever had to buy, get some more coffee. you've ever had to buy an operating system, they cost a lot. So on Newegg they're $100, but I found a new place to buy them where they are $77.89. And I need a hard drive to put the operating system on. I need a slightly bigger hard drive than usual because he's going to be gaming. Gaming takes up a lot of space, so I found one for a good $40. Estimate anyway. That's how much it could cost tops, but I always like figuring tops. You do that, you come out better. Plus, okay, so those two. Now, let's go ahead and add up all this right here, which is easily added up for us at $231.95. So let's put that in. $231.95 plus. I bought another card to Crossfire with it, if you remember correctly. And that card, it cost me $52. So $52.98. And I'll show you what that graphics card looks like. Equals 403. Now of course I've got to ship it, and shipping with this computer shouldn't take too much. So it should cost me about 15. And then I'm not adding anymore, of course, I'm just jotting stuff down. That way you not only see it, but you hear me too. And then, of course, another 10 for the extra 2 gigabytes of RAM right here. So I have 6. And then let me just go ahead and show you that card. I'll type it up here. HD 6670. Go to Lewis first. See, now all of these are way more than I paid for mine. But the one I got is from a different place, which I will not release. It was from eBay. So I got one on eBay for a really good deal. It was $52, which is way less than this. And the one that I got was a Sapphire. So I got this right here. And it looks just like that. Just like that. And do you remember earlier when I was talking about the PCI slot? That right there. That right there goes into the PCI slot. It slides right down in there. And this right here, you take those slots out of the case and you pop them right in there. And of course, since he is going to be using this graphics card instead of the motherboard, he will be using these ports instead of the one on the motherboard. He's going to have to use either the HDMI, the VGA, or the DVI. Either one though. And it's a pretty nice card for the money, and this is a really beautiful build for the money. So, all together, I spent about $430 on it. And $450 was the hold on, my phone's going off. I don't know who that is. Okay. Cam Studio. My God, look at all that. That's 200 megabytes on you guys. You guys are lucky. I'm spending, let's see the time. there's a time you guys can see it. I can, I'm sure. Oh well, who cares about the time? Let's get back into it. So, with all that together, we spent 3 or 430. His price limit was 450, and he said if I did a great job, which I dug around a lot. I don't like to brag, but I think I did a pretty good job. He said that he would give me 470. So, what is, I'm sure you guys know this as soon as I say it, but just for the sake of the video, let's go ahead and add it up. 470 minus 430 equals 40 bucks. Now, to you guys, I mean, I'm sure you guys don't think that's a lot of money for me to make off this. And it really isn't. It's not a lot of money for me to make off this, but the thing about it is that I enjoy this stuff very, very much. I love putting things together, and I would have charged more. I usually would have charged maybe anywhere from $50 to $100. But this guy is a really nice person, and he said, look, I need a small, low budget build that's gonna run Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. And I felt for the guy, because a lot of people, there's not many people with just money just to throw away. So, so $40 is fine with me, And he's gonna be able to play Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 at high and ultra high on Battlefield 3 and high on Battlefield 4. He's gonna be able to max out BioShock Infinite right now, and he's only gonna spend $470. And hold on, let me get some more coffee. I'm craving coffee today. This is what happens when you drink a couple of gallons of it. You can go hooked on it. I'm gonna go ahead and eat a Kit Kat too, why not? Anyways, I think that's all I have to blab about today, and that's how you make a damn fine computer for $430. Thank you, friends, and they say it's classy to go ahead and put in some kind of key so I can click a keyboard and not look like an idiot pulling up Cam Studio, because this is what I record with. Like, you guys don't know I'm recording this. This is a recording, I'm not actually there. Although if I could be, I'd kiss you on the cheek because you are the sweetest thing. Stay tuned, friends.